This one played along the sideline towards Barbosa. He battles for it, and down he goes. Draws a free kick, and Barros will take it from a good spot here. Great chance for the Beacons early on in this game. And now Silvera kicks it right ahead to Barros. Cross through, and Kargagis is right on top of it. Creative play there. Barros made it look like he was going to take a long curling free kick. Silvera ran up quickly, and Douglas Silvera just played it on to Barros down the sideline. That's Barros playing it again out of Fogo, Cape Verde, part of that Cape Verde pipeline for the Beacons. Most of them by way of Bunker Hill Community College, though Barros came here straight from Cape Verde and was the freshman of the year last year. Straight from Cape Verde, though, by way of Cambridge, Massachusetts, where he played high school soccer at Madison Park Vocational Technical High School. Here's Silvera playing it to the outside. Barros with space into the 18. And Millicent Barros, the shot, saved away. Tried to stick it home from a really tough angle. Kargakis already has a second save in the first 3.5 minutes. See if Salem State can get some push offensively. Look for Yabesi Musema out on the outside. He has 3 shots already this year. Freshman from Lynn. Out for a Beacon throw. There's Reese tossing it in towards midfield. It's where Marcus Pizzetti, the senior from Malden, plays it back. Silvera to the outside, and Barros can't settle it. Right off that pink mohawk, and out for a Salem State throw. Vikings 0-4 on the year, and their closest game this season was a 4-2 loss against Plymouth State. That was back about a week ago, last Wednesday at Plymouth State up in New Hampshire. Beacons will play Plymouth State later on the year in Little East play. They play at Plymouth State on October 26th. One comparable opponent so far for these two teams as well. Both have played RPI, again, a top 25 club this season. Beacons opened the season against RPI and lost 2-1 on August 30th. Salem State played them last Saturday, lost 4-0. Beacons bring the offense through again, and that's taken away. Salem State with strong defense at the end there. Mitch Tippe from Sterling, Massachusetts, got rid of it. It's been all Beacons pressure-wise, though, so far. Already making Salem State and Kargakis in the goal work. Slow build-up here for Tim Kilpatrick. Here it comes to Ralph Bertrand, and it's taken away from Bertrand, junior from Rowley, Massachusetts. All the way back to the Beacons goaltender Rosales. And UMass Boston starts it forward again. It's out for a throw. Tim Reza, junior from Peabody, tosses it in. Finds the freshman from Lynn, Musema, from Lynn Classical, one of 2 high schools in Lynn, the other Lynn English. Here's a run for the Beacons into the offensive end. 1-on-2. Still free, and finally cleared out of the box. Now a long drive from Silvera, and he spikes it way over the bar. Silvera ran it down eventually after Pedro De Silva had gotten into the box. De Silva, another one of those guys from Fogo, Cape Verde, and he also played high school at Madison Park Vocational Tech before spending 2 years at Bunker Hill Community College. About 6.5 minutes in, UMass Boston and Salem State locked up at 0 in the home opener for the Beacons. UMass Boston 2-3 on the year. Beacons have wins this year over Fitchburg State and Thomas College from Maine. Losses to RPI, Tufts, and Gordon College in overtime. Salem State 0-4 on the year. Losses to Gordon College, Endicott College, Plymouth State, and RPI. So if you look at the two comparable opponents, Beacons have lost by a combined score of 4-2. Salem State has lost to those comparable opponents by a combined score of 9-1 so far this year. Out for a throw for UMass Boston. Comes back to Mendes. Klisman Mendes, 5'9" sophomore from Fogo, Cape Verde, plays it forward, and Barros taken down. No call. It's out for a goal kick. Mendes, unlike the other Cape Verde guys on this squad, did not go to either Bunker Hill Community College or Madison Park Vocational Tech. Said he played high school soccer for Brighton and was a two-time Boston City League All-Star at Brighton High. Beacons turn and burn again. Pizzetti plays it through. Great play by the goaltender Kargakis to cut off the cross. De Silva got free but couldn't find Barbosa in front. Still, it's been all Beacons so far. First 8+ minutes, they are just bringing it to Salem State over and over again. Chip ahead from Connor Erickson into the corner. Here's a cross in the center. Reese heads it, but not out, and it forces Rosales to climb the ladder. Alfonso Rosales stands at just 5'6", but he can get up there and snag those balls out in the air. Got it off the head of Musema. Good ball played down the sideline. De Silva, the cross, and it's poked home. Beacons are on top 1-0. Beautiful ball in, and the Beacons score first. That's how UMass Boston's been attacking all game long to the outside, sending crosses through. That one was beautiful. Beat the defense and gave the Beacons the lead here in the 9th minute. Get you the goal scorer when we have it. It was either Barbosa or De Silva. As here's Klisman Mendes working forward. Mendes with it. Plays it ahead. Gets to Silvera in front. Slow, methodical build-up this time for the Beacons, and they're back at it again in the offensive end. Through ball towards Barros. Cut out by Reza on the back line. A tackle that had to be made. Flag up and offsides on Mubesi. Free kick for the Beacons. About 10 minutes in, 1-0 UMass Boston on the 9th minute goal. Credit that goal to Pedro de Silva. That's his second goal of the year. He got the feed from Barbosa. So two of the Cape Verde natives hook up. Beacons lead 1-0. Second goal of the year for De Silva and first assist of the season for Rolando Barbosa. There's a takeaway at midfield by Pizzetti, playing it ahead, and here's Barbosa running again. Back to De Silva, taken down on the sideline, and it's out for a throw for the Beacons. UMass Boston going to push bodies forward quickly here and go for the throw. Well, in fact, our referee today has changed the ruling. Daniel Ristov gives the throw to Salem State. Beacons get it right back in midfield, though. Here's Cunha, 6-foot freshman from Goiás, Brazil. but he played his high school out in the Metro West part of Boston, out at Marlboro, about 45 minutes up the pike. Another cross, this one easy for Kargakis. And Salem State works it back the other way. Not surprisingly, good chunk of the players on this Salem State team played their high school soccer on the North Shore. Got Salem High School, Lynn Classical, Danvers High School, Bishop Fenwick from Peabody, Peabody High School, Ipswich, St. Mary's, all North Shore high schools dotting the roster for Salem State. Ball played down the sidelines, too far in front of Pizzetti, and it's out for a throw. Marcus Pizzetti still looking for his first goal this year after scoring 12 last year and earning first-team All-Little East honors. Pizzetti is one of the two captains this year, along with Silvera. One of the few holdovers from the team a couple of years back. Jake Beverland's come in and fused this team with a whole patch of new talent, but Silvera's been a mainstay from the old regime to the new with his steady play in the midfield. Ralph Bertrand, all-conference and all-academic when he played his high school at St. Mary's, loses it out for a throw. This throw-in comes right down the sideline to Barbosa. Exchange of fields. Barbosa, top of the 18, plays it through. Beautiful ball. Flag stays down, but Kargakis makes the save, stuffing De Silva. Barbosa and De Silva have great chemistry today going back and forth. They'd overlapped at Bunker Hill Community College. And De Silva in his first year here with the Beacons, he's a junior. Barbosa's second year with UMass Boston, he's a senior. Bunker Hill's been a regional power in the community college level. Won regional titles each of the last 3 years. It's where Jake Beverland came from. He was an assistant at Bunker Hill Community College before making the move here to UMass Boston 2 years ago. Ed Millicent Barros, freshman of the year last year in the Little East, plays it to the outside. Barbosa has it knocked away. This is Pizzetti with it. Douglas Silvera the touch. Really strong possession play in the early going for the Beacons today. They lead 1-0 on a 9th-minute goal by Pedro De Silva off the assist from Rolando Barbosa. Barbosa can't run it down. It's cleared back to midfield where Mendes settles it down. And it played all the way back to Rosales. Alfonso Rosales' only couple of touches so far today have been when he's gotten the ball passed back to him. Silvera at midfield. Works through a double. Great footwork on the pass to the outside. Onslaught continues with Barbosa. Here's Silvera into the 18. Silvera lets go a shot, and he scores. Quick 1-2 touch pass. Barbosa, Silvera, and Silvera completes it. First goal of the year for Doug Silvera. He had 3 last year, 8 2 years ago. Routes on 15 minutes in. 2-0 Beacons. 2 assists for Barbosa. Goal apiece for De Silva and Silvera. Oh, that footwork on the quick passes between Silvera and Barbosa was just a thing of beauty there. Silvera slid a pass in tough. Barbosa was able to settle it down and slip a beautiful through ball right back to Silvera. And Douglas Silvera makes Salem State play. 2-0 Beacons. We're only 15 minutes in. Really beautiful fall day for soccer as well. Beacons in again, and Kargakis gets out to take it away from De Silva. Temperature today, high 60s. In the sun, still feels pretty warm. Up in the shade, not quite so much, but just a light breeze coming in off the bay. You couldn't ask for much better soccer weather today. Silvera just scored the last goal, and now he settles at the midfield. Mendes runs it down, plays it back. This is the type of game here for the Beacons, if they can keep it going, already up 2-0, where they can grasp some serious momentum this season. Picked third in the Little East preseason poll. They haven't quite played up to standards yet this year with a 2-3 record. But with conference play starting on Saturday at Southern Maine, who's picked last in the Little East preseason poll, by the way, this is a really good opportunity for the Beacons to get things going and string some wins together. They play Southern Maine on Saturday, then they're back home next Wednesday against Wentworth Institute of Technology, and then Dartmouth, UMass Dartmouth, on Saturday the 27th at home. So a Little East game basically every Saturday here on out for the Beacons. Those are the games that matter come the end of the season as the Beacons try to get to the NCAA tournament this year. Salem State still looking for its first shot of the game. Beacons have had the lion's share of the possession for 17 minutes so far. Free kick coming for Musema and the Salem State Vikings. Musema now is going to lay off and move forward. It's the best chance of the game so far for Salem State. Ball curled in. Beacons get rid of it. Barrows tripped up. It's a throw for Salem State. This one cleared out towards midfield. De Silva runs to it, keeps possession, and plays it to the outside. Nobody home. That's easy for Kargakis. De Silva had a real battle just to get that ball, but then passed it to nobody. Did have Barbosa breaking down the right sideline if he could have hit it a bit wider. 26:50 left in half one. Already 2-0 Beacons. They got a 9th-minute goal from Pedro De Silva. 15th-minute goal from Doug Silvera. Both goals assisted by Rolando Barbosa, who's got his first 2 assists of the year, to go along with a goal scored earlier on this season. Beacons are 2-3 so far this year. Salem State 0-4. Salem State makes a substitution. Tim Kilpatrick in. Kelly Abreu subs out. Vikings just trying to get some kind of possession play going. They have not had much build-up yet, and they turn it over in the midfield again. Barbosa has it on the outside. Rolando Barbosa shoots. It's well high. Goal kick for Salem State 20 minutes in. Another substitution for the Vikings. Dimitri Fleisas Jr. from Salem has checked in. Into the 11 for Salem State. Beacons have yet to make a sub today, but it's the type of game where you'll likely see the Beacons go pretty deep into their rotation. Coach Beverland can get some of his younger players out there and get them going in game action. As is the norm here at the Clark Athletic Fields. We're right underneath the flight approach for Logan Airport, so we've been seeing large jets flying by all game long. This one comes to Barros. Ed Millison. Barros on the 18. Steps to the inside. Silvera has it knocked away. Mendes gets to it at midfield, and Beacons keep possession. Tough settle for UMass Boston, but the Beacons have it again. Strong run from Reese. Here it comes, and that's off the bar. That was Barbosa just missing. In fact, that was De Silva going for his second goal of the game. So De Silva hits the crossbar. Barbosa takes it on the outside. Long shot goes wide as Pizzetti tried to drive from distance. Marcus Pizzetti's played much more of a midfield role this year. Forward last year with 12 goals. This year, though, the second line of attack behind Barbosa and De Silva. He hasn't scored yet. He's only taken 5 shots now through the first 6 games for the Beacons. Oh, wouldn't you know, Barbosa down the sideline again, but it's chipped away and out for a Beacons throw. It's been a relentless attack so far for the Beacons on that Salem State defense. Wave after wave coming forward. Beacons are out, so it's a throw. Mendes watches that one go out, and the Beacons get a throw right back. Settle for Joshua Kang, freshman from Brockton, who was all-state at Brockton High School last year. That long ball comes through off a touch, and it is out for a Beacons throw pretty deep into Salem State territory. 22 minutes left in half one. Already 2-0 UMass Boston. Goals already today from De Silva and Silvera. That's Cunha who has it taken away. Musema got rid of it for Salem State, but the Beacons get it back in midfield. Beacons just settling on the backside. Barrows at the top right now of this attack. Was playing the left wing earlier. Got De Silva on one wing, Barbosa on the other, with Pizzetti in the center behind Barrows. And then on that third wave, Silvera and Kang. Back four right now is Reese, Carvalho, Cunha, and Gonçalves. Beacons make their first batch of substitutions, though. Three substitutions for UMass Boston. Mendes in the center with those pink spikes now for the Beacons. Ball comes through to him. Here's Klisman Mendes to the outside. And that one is bullied out. Lanier Lima has also entered the game. Another Cape Verde native, but he lays it off. He was going to throw it in, instead moved to the outside. Here's Edmilson Barros. Lanier Lima the shot through a deflection. Karkakis gets the save. Pressure stays on up top. Ends up right back with Kargakis. Here's Silvera at the as the game's second goal today. Off a beautiful passing play between him and Barbosa. Here's Pedro de Carvalho, sophomore from Brookline. All the way back to the goaltender, Rosales again, who has yet to break a sweat today. No shots from Salem State yet. "19 minutes left in half one. 2-0 Beacons over winless Salem State. Here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Glad to have you with us for our new and improved broadcast this year. Excited to really break in some of the toys as the season goes along as well. Bring you multiple cameras, different angles. If you caught our volleyball production over the weekend, able to break out a 3-camera shoot before running out of bubbles. "14 letters. And Karmadidovic. Silvera chips one forward again. This finds Nielsen Barros. And he's tackled away from it. Kargakis gets to it. It's a quiet 15 minutes or so after the Beacons jumped up to a 2-0 lead in the first 15 minutes. 9th minute goal by Pedro de Silva. 15th minute goal by Douglas Silvera. Beacons have a few substitutes out there now as well as they spread the ball around. De Carvalho throws it ahead. This one's run down by Reese. Mateus Reese with a touch to the inside. No offensive pressure right now from Salem State. They kicked a couple long balls, but just had no one there to get to it. Lima plays it to the center. Salem State back the other way again. Cut out by Cunha on the back line. Cunha will get another touch here. This chip goes long towards Lima. It's cut out on the back line by Tim Reza. And now a free kick coming for Salem State. 2/3 of the way through half one. Beacons 2, Salem State nothing. Last tune-up for UMass Boston before starting Little East play. Still have plenty of non-conference games left on the schedule, but game 1 of Little East action is Saturday at Southern Maine. Beacons back home here Wednesday to take on Wentworth. Non-conference game before UMass Dartmouth and Little East play next Saturday, also here at home. Lanier Lima, ball through towards Barros. He's on sides this time, but Kargakis does a tremendous job getting to it and clearing the ball out. Kargakis had to make that play, otherwise Barros would have been one on the goalie all on his own. Reese pushes it forward. Mendes to the center. Klisman Mendes, sophomore, getting some good run time today. Silvera continues to burn it out there. Still making slide tackles, even with the Beacons up 2-0. Type of motor you see from one of the Beacons' captains, Silvera, who will go all 90 minutes without stopping, as long as Coach Beverly leaves him out there for it. Touch on the back line by Salem State's Ilyas Haznawi, sophomore from Revere, Massachusetts, who played at Quincy High. Cross towards Barros, and Haznawi got rid of it again. Rosales the tap forward to Pedro de Carvalho, who has started every single game this year for the Beacons. Mendy's a chip ahead. Here's Lima trying to run it down. Lanier Lima wins a corner kick for the Beacons. First corner for either side today, and it'll come after the substitutions here. Two more fresh bodies for Salem State. Beacons bring in Ricky Bonilla. Bonilla's a sophomore from Framingham. And he gives Silvero a break. So just as I say, Silvero will run all 90 if he's left out there. Coach Beverly decides to give him a rest. Want to rotate as many players through as possible today to keep the legs fresh for the conference opener on Saturday. Here's Marcus Pizzetti, the other captain, senior from Malden, Mass, who drills one in, backheeled towards the goal. Now Pizzetti just spikes that one with way too much juice. It comes all the way out near the sideline. Pizzetti was the first-team All-Little East player last year. Beacons racked up the postseason honors. Barbosa was second-team All-Little East last year. Barros was the Little East Rookie of the Year. All those guys back this year for the Beacons, along with Silvera, who 2 years ago was first-team All-Little East. That one goes out for a Salem State throw with 11:30 left in the first half. And the Beacons still up 2-0. Really haven't been threatened at all yet. Salem State has not done much at all offensively. No shots yet. While the Beacons have just continued to pepper Kargakis in goal. Here's Barros again. And Emilson Barros' pass is cut off. Bruno Comprito with the steal, and he sends it forward. Touch passing. This is the best counter of the game for Salem State. Mohamed Sentissi works down the wing. Sentissi, a freshman from Morocco, has it taken away. And now a foul on Salem State. Sentissi a bit too aggressive, trying to chase that one back down. Free kick for the Beacons here. Here's a Salem State push the other way. Beacons get the turn and send it forward. That's a good through ball. And it's just too far out in front of the Beacons' Mendes. And kept in by Salem State. Looks like they were going to just clear it out. But Reza finds a good ball. And Salem State has some real estate to work with now. Last couple minutes have been the best the Vikings have looked all game. See if they can close this first half strong. If Salem State scores a goal here in the last 10 of half one, that'll give them a ton of momentum heading forward to half two. Especially for a team that's been outscored 19-3 this season. So they're in just their 5th game. Taking a look around the Little East today, Plymouth State and Daniel Webster just getting underway. Other 3 Little East matchups are all 7 o'clock games tonight. They're all non-conference games. UMass Dartmouth takes on Salve Regina at 7. Rhode Island College is at Bridgewater State. And Keene State's at Worcester State. A lot of Little East versus MassCAC action today. 3 games, including this one. Eastern Connecticut State, the favorite this year in the Little East. They got 6 of the 7 coaches' votes for first place in the preseason poll. UMass Dartmouth right behind in second. Beacons and Rhode Island College tied for 3rd in the poll. Keene State was the 5th pick in the poll. Plymouth State picked 6th. Western Connecticut State 7th. And the University of Southern Maine picked 8th out of the 8 Little East clubs. Good touch at the midfield, and taken right back, though, by Salem State. Beacons win it in the midfield again. Cunha receives the pass as the Beacons go back to try and work forward. That's Reese off a deflection for a Beacons throw. Reese got it right off of Reza, as now we have another Beacon substitution. Giovanni Lima subs in. He replaces Edmilson Barros. Giovanni Lima, freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil, in the American School of Campinas. There's a drive on the volley that goes just wide. That was struck well. Lanier Lima got it off. Lima was just wide on that, but he got a whole lot behind that volley. Made a loud sound off the strike. Really caught it pure. And that's a back tap by De Carvalho. Cunha runs it down. De Carvalho and Cunha, along with the goaltender Rosales and the wing Reese, the only starters still out there for the Beacons. They've cycled deep into their bench in this first half. Free kick coming for Salem State. Hasnaoui was impeded at midfield and earns that free kick. Official tried to play the advantage, but it was lost very quickly, which is why our official today, Daniel Rishtov, stopped that right off the bat. 6:20 left in half one, 2-0 UMass Boston here. 9th minute goal from Pedro de Silva, 15th minute goal from Douglas Silvera, and they've kept the onslaught on since. That was intended for Lima, didn't quite get there, but here's Mendy right back on top of it. That midfield battle for it, and it's out for a throw. Reese, the sophomore from Somerville, comes up to take the throw in and gets it ahead to Lima. Right back off the return feed. Here it comes inside, and it's cleared away. That was the first pass intended towards Giovanni Lima, the Brazilian freshman. Lima's another of the pink spike contingent today. I think the pink spikes outnumber the neon green. Last year, bright spikes like that would have been something you could have used to differentiate a couple of the players on the field and tell them apart. This year it seemed to be the team theme, loud spikes, to go along with the blue and white kits. Lima got a piece, but Salem State keeps coming forward. Dimitri Flessus ahead. Good through ball with a shot wide. First shot of the game for Salem State comes 40 minutes in. Was Mitch Tepe getting the look. So goal kick for Rosales as the Beacons continue to count down the first half clock, leading 2-0. Ball ping-ponged around a bit in the midfield before the Beacons settle it forward. That's out for a Salem State throw. Home opener for the Beacons, 2-3 so far away from home to start their season. They're coming in off a win at Fitchburg State, 2-1 in double overtime last week on Thursday. Salem State's 0-4. They're coming in off a 4-0 loss to RTI. Chip towards Giovanni Lima, and it's taken away. Comes all the way back to Reese near midfield. De Carvalho steps up. Beacons get it back to midfield again. Physical challenge there on the back by Tepe. And it comes all the way around to De Carvalho again for the Beacons. Reese starts a slow build-up this time. Ships it to the outside. Lanier Lima can't run it down. Third game of the season for Lima, and that pass just missed him. Throw in for Salem State. 2:55 left in half number one. Deacons have been up 2-0 since the 15th minute. Good footwork by Lima. Got through two. Here's the other Lima. Giovanni Lima with a shot that's saved away. Karkagagis with his third save of the half. Leads to a corner kick for the Beacons. Second of the night for UMass Boston. They go with the quick corner, but Salem State was ready for it. Here's the run forward from Mendes. Chipped through the goal mouth, then cleared away. Dangerous ball from Klisman Mendes, sophomore from Cape Verde, but nobody was home on the back post. Beacons peppering the goal here the last couple of minutes, trying to go up 3 intermission. You get that third goal, that's the one that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back and just open the floodgates for the Beacons to keep pouring them home in half two. Salem State had an inspired 5 minutes or so till about the 10-minute mark, but the Beacons have picked it up strongly here the last 5 minutes of the half. Through ball to Giovanni Lima. Here's a cross, and it's over the bar. Almost worked as a shot. Ended up just high and wide. It's a good look coming through. Less than a minute to go in half one. So first half that second-year head coach Jake Beverly will likely be pleased with. Beacons have really controlled the play from really the drop. Got their first goal 9 minutes in. Scored again 15 minutes in. It was De Silva first, Silvera second, both with assists from Rolando Barbosa. Ten seconds left in the half. One last push here for Salem State. And that's half one in the books. Strong first half for the Beacons. They hold Salem State to just one shot. And UMass Boston goes ahead 2-0 on goals by De Silva and Silvera. So 2-0 UMass Boston after a half. They'll look to keep things going in about 10 minutes here in half number two. You're watching on the Beacons Broadcast Network. And we're back here at the Clark Athletic Center at halftime. Beacons lead Salem State 2-0. Really a dominating effort for UMass Boston in that first half. Goals in the 9th minute and 15th minute. The first goal of the game went to UMass Boston's Pedro de Silva. The second to Douglas Silvera, both off assists from Rolando Barbosa. Let's take a look at the stats in the first half. Really just completely dominated by the Beacons. 12 shots to 1. That only Salem State shot came about 5 minutes left in the half. And every other statistical category basically dominated by the Beacons outside of saves. That's only because Salem State didn't have any shots on goal at all. Take a look around Beaconville as well. Not the only team in action today. Women's soccer playing at Colby Sawyer. That game should be at halftime as we speak as well. Volleyball tonight plays at Salve Regina, a 7 p.m. match. And women's tennis in the process of playing, or rather that's tomorrow. They'll play Eastern Nazarene at 3 p.m. Looking ahead, up next for the Beacons, a September 20th game. I've been talking about it, the season opener for the Little East play, conference opener for UMass Boston, 1 p.m. at Southern Maine. They'll be back here at home, 3:30, same time next week on Wednesday, taking on Wentworth. About set for half number 2, but the Beacons are just making their way back out to the field now. So as we wait for half 2 to get going, we'll step aside quickly and come back with kickoff in half 2 here on LittleEast.tv and the Beacons Broadcast Network. And now we're set for half 2. Beacons leading 2-0 and likely making a goalie change here at halftime as Steve Sosa spent the entire half warming up. We'll see if he is out to start the half or if they'll stay with Rosales, who did not have to make a save in half 1. Sosa, junior from Chelsea, Massachusetts, and Chelsea High School. Yeah, and he loosened up all half. Though Barbosa is still, or rather, Rosales, who played that first half, still in his goalie gear as well. So we'll see if he stays out there or if Steve Sosa comes back in. It's pretty easy to spot the difference, as Steve Sosa has about 6 inches on Alfonso Rosales. Neither has made a move to the goal yet this half. Beacons in the white. Got goals early on from De Silva and Silvera. 9th minute goal, 15th minute goal. The 2 assists for Rolando Barbosa give him his first 2 assists of the year to go along with a goal. Last year, Barbosa had 8 goals and 2 assists as he was Little East's second team. As Steve Sosa is coming into the game for the Beacons. He'll play goal, and it looks like a lot of the Beacons starters who left the game in the first half with the Beacons up 2-0 will come back in to start half 2, including Ed Nielsen Barros, Little East Rookie of the Year last year. Ed Nielsen brings his pink mohawk back out to the field. Used to have the blue mohawk going earlier in the year. He's changed it to pink, so now at least the mohawk matches the cleats, which I guess if you're going to have a mohawk, you might as well make it match the cleats. So, Nielsen Barros out there up top on the attack. Barbosa and De Silva also both back out for the Beacons. And Silvera back there in the midfield. Kickoff gets us started as De Silva sends it back. He'll move back up top here as Barros is set to play the right side. And Barbosa to play the left on the attack. Josh Kang with a good ball forward. Here it comes to the outside. Some space for Pizzetti. Gets it to Barros. Chip back inside, and Pizzetti ran right into De Silva there. And it goes out for a corner kick. Here's Gonsalves to take the throw in, the sophomore from Brockton. And it's taken away. Interception by Kelly Abreu, the sophomore from Salem. And he turns it right back over. Abreu has one of the 3 Vikings goals this season. Still with the 2-0 Beacons lead. Salem State's now been outscored 19-3 this season through 4.5 games. Salem State is 0-4. Beacons are 2-3. But their losses have been close, and so have their wins. Both their wins have come in overtime. So nice to have a bit of breathing room today, but one early Salem State goal would completely change that. Pass from Leo Mamaki, a new addition to the roster, but it's taken back by the Beacons. Here's Barros. Edmilson Barros plays across through, and it's into the back of the net. Flag stays down, and the Beacons lead 3-0. The finish there from De Silva, his second of the game. De Silva the goal, Barros the assist, his third of the year. That one was almost a carbon copy of De Silva's first goal when Barbosa found him on a cross. In fact, it's Barbosa who gets credited for this finish. He and De Silva were both there in the area code. So Barbosa the goal to go along with his 2 assists. It's the second goal of the year for Barbosa. Beacons lead 3-0. Heck of an assist from Edmilson Barros, who's back on the run again. Only took the Beacons 2 minutes to score with their starters here in half 2. Their starting lineup was on the field for about 20 minutes in half 1 and built a 2-0 lead. So one spiked forward towards Bruno Comprito. Comprito out of Sao Paulo, he turns it over. Beacons have it right back again. This is De Silva playing it to the outside. Chip back towards De Silva, and it's intercepted. Mamaki plays it right back to Mitch Tepe out of Sterling, Massachusetts. That's home to the yearly popular Renaissance Fair in Massachusetts that draws big crowds every single year. Barros plays to space, and there's the goaltender Karkagis, who gets out of his goal box and clears it back to midfield. Salem State has about 9,000 students. 9,301 is the exact figure this year. UMass Boston, one of the largest schools in the UMass system, behind just UMass Amherst, with 16,000 students. Beacons out of the Little East. Vikings out of the MASCAP. That's settled well and sent forward. Barbosa turns. Here's a run for Silvera, and he's over the bar. Silvera chipped it high, but great movement again by the Beacons to get things going there. Haven't seen much of Elton Teixeira today. He started the first 4 games for the Beacons, did not play last game Hasn't played yet today. 4 goals on the year for Teixeira, though. He's a big loss when he's not in there. This is Silvera shooting from distance. And Kargakis has his 4th save of the afternoon. We've played 5 minutes in half 2. Beacons have already added another marker. They lead 3-0. Taking it to the winless Salem State Vikings. Kargakis in trouble, well out of the goal, makes a save. Here's the follow, and it's stopped in front of the goal. That was tremendous defense by Tim Reza, who went back and stopped it off the line after Kargakis got himself into a mess coming way out. Barbosa's already scored once this half. Here's Barros, and that's off the post. Got the hand of Kargakis, got the post, and it stays 3-0. So Barros just misses goal number 3 of the year. And now foul. We're on the other side of the field over a parking lot, and I can still hear head coach Don Goodwin yelling at his back line of the defense there after that near miss. Got up off his bench and let the center of his defense hear it. Ed Mielsen Barros forces the turnover as Barbosa in front. Plays that one through off a hand, and a free kick comes. That got De Silva's hand on the cross through. Beacons will be back at it Saturday on the road at University of Southern Maine to start Little East play. Beacons preseason number 3 pick in the conference. Southern Maine, the preseason number 8 pick. That's 8 out of 8. Picked last by almost every coach in the conference. Winner of the Little East Conference tournament gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Tournament games will be played on the field of the highest seeds. So you want to win the regular season to get home field advantage in the Little East tournament at the end of the year. Free kick coming as Silvera drew a foul. He was held by Bruno Comprita. Free kick coming. It's Barbosa to take it. Slings it in and just over the bar. Good looking strike there, but it wouldn't stay down. We're 9 minutes deep into the second half. UMass Boston up 3-0. 2 first-half goals, one in the 9th minute by Pedro de Silva, one in the 15th minute by Douglas Silvera, each assisted by Barbosa. This is towards goal and just wide for a goal kick. Barbosa finished one himself here in the second half. He scored in the 47th minute off a feed from Edmilson Barros. That put the Beacons up 3-0, and that's where we stand now. Salem State has just one shot all game. It came in the 40th minute. They have hardly gotten the ball across midfield here in the second half through 10 minutes. There's an interception by UMass Boston. They get it forward. The break is on. It's Barbosa. Chips it to the back post. And it's wide of goal. Out for a goal kick. This comes to Barros. Plays it through to De Silva. And the save is made. Here's a rebound over the goal. Beacons keep coming, though. Pressure through and through, really, for the full 56 minutes of this game. It's been all UMass Boston. Shots now to be something like 18-1. Karkagis has honestly played pretty well between the pipes for Salem State. Hasn't been the case all year for him. He's getting no help. Abreu pulled down. Free kick coming for Salem State. Comprito restarts it. And here come the Vikings again. Mumbesi into the offensive end. He's bowled off the ball by De Carvalho. It's cleared by Cunha. Here's Edmilson Barros trying to run it the other way. Good one-touch pass from De Silva. Barros plays it ahead. Here's Barbosa looking for a second. Barbosa is taken down. Official says we'll play on as Kargakis slid in there and made the much-needed last gasp tackle. Barros through a double. Clears it through, and it's headed away. Reza in there again. He's played a good game at Central defense. One of the bright spots for Salem State so far today. Barros forces the turnover and gets it back on the pass. Barros tries to cross it. It's off the deflection. Haas now he got his foot on it. Ends up with the goalkeeper, Karkakis. Stays 3-0, 13 minutes in to half number 2. Here on LittleEast.tv and the Beacons Broadcast Network. 3-0 Beaks in their home opener here against winless Salem State. Chip towards the back post, headed away. Nicely done by Salem State on the defensive side again. That was Hasnaoui out of Quincy High School once more. Edmilson Barros is tackled by Comprito. Chance for numbers here for Salem State if they hurry with Abreu. Kelly Abreu has flankers on either side. Struggles to get his pass off, and the Beaks are back defensively. That was Cunha sending it out. UMass Boston's had the bulk of the possession today. They've strung passes together in the midfield well. Salem State has struggled to do that going the other way. Beacons have forced a lot of turnovers around midfield. That's a through ball, and Karkakis gets there first. Close to getting through to Barbosa for a chance for his second of the game. Rolando Barbosa already a goal with 2 assists. He has been so active today. 3 hops on the first touch of the game for Steve Sosa in goal. That one's not going to cause him to lose a lick of sleep over the next 24 hours or so. A pretty stress-free game for the Beacons goaltenders so far today. Rosales played the first half, didn't even have to touch the ball. Had it passed back to him twice, was not forced to make a save. And now on the other side, we have not had to see Sosa make a save yet either. Substitution for the Beacons. Barros has left the game. He's been replaced by Lanier Lima. Tiago Brasileiro is in the game. Junior from Peabody. Tiago Brasileiro in for Salem State. Kang sends it forward. Touch right ahead. De Silva is wide, looking for his second goal of the game. Great work with the ball there for the Beacons to get him free, but he couldn't finish. This one comes toward Mendes, and it's played back. Barbosa looks to run it down, stays in the box, and Karkakis picks it up. Pass to Mubesi on the sideline for Salem State, but they can't beat the Beacons D again. One shot all game, it was non-goal. Hardly anything else has even made it into the 18 box. .27 minutes left, 3-0 Beacons. They've led since the 9th minute. They were up 2-0 in the 15th minute. Scored again 2 minutes into the second half. Had deflected off a Steve Sosa. Could have been a disaster as Mubesi charged in. Instead, it goes to the corner. Mubesi keeps it for Salem State. Pressure now from the Beacons, and Cunha's there. Freshman defender from Brazil clears it away, and they get it out to midfield. Battle for the loose ball. De Silva rides the back of Hasnaoui, and a foul is called. That drive through traffic is deflected and out. Corner kick coming. First corner of the game for Salem State. They only average close to a corner kick a game. They've struggled all year to generate offense, and the winless Vikings have been outscored 19-3 over their first 4+ games. Here's Katsa Hatziano taking the corner kick. Senior from Danvers. Hatziano's kick is headed out. Beacons defend the set piece well. And a foul on UMass Boston. Free kick coming for Salem State. Curl it to the back post. That's dangerous. But the Vikes can't get there. Beautiful kick by Hasnaoui. Curled that one in dangerously, and it tickled the back of the 6-yard box. Nobody could connect them. Beacons making some wholesale substitutions, really emptying the bench as much as they can today. 25 minutes left in regulation. 3-0 UMass Boston. Beaks try and stay well rested. Got a trip to Maine on Saturday. They'll play at Southern Maine 1 o'clock start on the road to open Little East Conference play. Then UMass Boston's back here Wednesday to take on Wentworth Institute in a non-conference game. Then they play UMass Dartmouth on the 27th. That's a Saturday. 1 p.m. start back here at home as well. You can catch both the Wentworth and UMass Dartmouth games on our LittleEast.tv and Beacon's Broadcast Network broadcasts. Salem State, meanwhile, is right back in it on Friday. They play at Mass Maritime in their first MassCAC conference game of the season. See if things start to turn for them a bit as they get to MassCAC play. They had a pretty tough non-conference schedule. They'll play one more Little East team before the season ends. Make that 2 more Little East teams. They'll play the Little East favorite, Eastern Connecticut State, September 30th. And then they'll play at Southern Maine all the way up on October 28th in their second to last game of the season. We're into the 67th minute as the Beacons keep things clear on the back line again. It's a turn forward. De Silva tries to run it down but doesn't get there. And Kargakis has it. Here comes out for a throw. So one touched ahead. Just to the outside. Here it comes to Klinsman Mendes. Mendes plays it through. Lenier Lima the drive, and it's wide. Beacon's goals today from De Silva, Silvera, and Barbosa. Barbosa also has 2 assists, and Mielson Barros with an assist as well. He got the feed on the goal by Barbosa. It was 1-0 9 minutes in, 2-0 15 minutes in. It's been 3-0 since the 47th minute, 2 minutes into the second half. Beacons keep coming forward. Through ball towards Mendes. He's got the open goal, and it's headed off the line. Oh, what a play by Hasnaoui coming back and saving the goal. Mendes got around Kargakis, had the whole frame to shoot at, and Hasnaoui flew in to save that one. Really good work from Hasnaoui. Still, Salem State can't mount any offensive pressure, as F. Steve Sosa still has not had to make a save. Rosales went through the first 45 without making a save. Sosa, the second, now 24 minutes, and he hasn't had to make a save. 2 shots for Salem State now, both have gone wide of goal. Ball comes through. Here is Barbosa. It's turned away, and a foul is called. Foul is on Barbosa, so free kick coming for Salem State, with 21 minutes even left to play. Successful home opener so far here at the Clark Athletic Field for the Beacons. Played 5 road games before coming back here to play at home. Including this one, 3 of the next 4 at home, but then 3 more on the road, then 2 at home, 4 more on the road, and then 1 at home. So of the Beacons' scheduled games this year, just 6 home games. 13 road games for UMass Boston. Throw in coming for Salem State after the Beacons ruled to have kicked it out last. Seems to have surprised Mateus Reese, who was standing there ready to throw it in. Ball out for another throw. Beacons have controlled this one against the winless Vikings from the start. Up to around 20 shots on goal for UMass Boston. 2 shots total, neither on goal for Salem State. Free kick right around midfield for the Vikings. This one's played forward towards Mubesi. Yabesi Musema has it again. Musema works through a double. Still keeps possession. Finally, the Beacons get it away as De Carvalho came over to clean it up. Battle at midfield, and it's with the Beaks again. Through ball towards Mendes is cut out. Touch to the center. Mendes tries to step through traffic and can't. A lot of battle in the midfield here the last couple of minutes. Beacons have taken the foot off the gas slightly with this 3-0 lead. Mendes covering a lot of field, gets to the outside where he's pushed off the ball. And the Vikings just clear it out to midfield. De Carvalho settles it down, plays it forward. Good run for the Beacons into the offensive end. Sent back for a re-trigger. Cunha plays it to the outside. Reese along the sidelines has it turned around. Here's De Carvalho again. Sophomore from Brookline, all scholastic in Boston, playing for Brookline High School. Throw in for the Beacons, and it leads to more substitutions. And Mielson Barros and his bright pink hawk return to the game. Ricky Bonilla is also back in. Salem State brings in Mohamed Sentisi, the freshman from Rabat, Morocco. Chip towards Barros. He's in behind the D and taken down. Official lets the contact go. Still a 3-0 lead for the Beacons, though they haven't scored in about 27 minutes after their 47th minute goal. 16 and a half to play. And Mielson Barros, great through ball. But again, the aggressive goaltender Karkakis gets out and makes the play. Slid in front of Lanier Lima. That's a foul on Salem State. It's a shove from behind by Thiago Brasileiro. Beacons go for the quick restart. A lot of contact. We play on. Beacons with it in the 18. Shot deflected. Barros uses his speed to come back and get it for UMass Boston again as they regather. More substitutions for both teams. Freshman Juan Nieto from Lara, Venezuela, by way of Watertown High School, enters the game. And Barros is whistled for a foul as he yanked down his defender, Greg Enos, on the way by. Free kick for Salem State with 15 minutes to play. So 2/3 of the way through the second half. Beacons have controlled this half just like they did the first to build this 3-0 lead. 2 first-half goals, 1 here in the second. Salem State has just 2 total shots, 1 in each half. It's been that kind of season for the Salem State University Vikings under 6th-year head coach Don Goodwin. 0-4 this year and outscored 20-3 on the season. They've had a good soccer history as well, especially until recently. The Vikings are 21-5-1 all time against the Beacons. So they've lost just 5 times, tied twice, won 21 times against UMass Boston. But the Beacons have had the better of the series of late. Last win for Salem State against UMass Boston came in 2010. Beacons won last year 1-0. And this year they seem to be on their way to a relatively easy, at least 3-0 win. Chip to the outside. And there's Kargakis playing the role of sweeper keeper a lot today, having to come out and defend those long balls that get behind his defense. Beacons make an aggressive run forward. Lima is tackled. Frito plays it forward, and nobody's home for Salem State. Cunha with the steal and clearance. Beacons return it the other way. Looking around the Little East so far this year, teams that have fared well out of conference, and it's all different based on scheduling as well, but Eastern Connecticut State, who was picked first in the conference, is 1-1-2. Haven't played a conference game yet. Rhode Island College also hasn't played a conference game yet. They're 3-3-0. UMass Dartmouth 2-2-0. UMass Boston right there at 2-3-0, along with Western Connecticut State. Keene State is 1-3-0. Southern Maine is 1-4-1. And Plymouth State is 1-4-0. So nobody with a winning record yet so far in the Little East, though that can change today. Couple of those teams, UMass Dartmouth, who's 2-2, and Rhode Island College, who's 3-3, with a win in their games today. UMass Dartmouth against Salve Regina, Rhode Island College against Bridgewater State, can get above 500 on the season. Beacons can get to 500 with a win today, and they seem to be on the way with just 11:45 to go, and a 3-0 lead. Coming back to the campus today and seeing the progress on the construction here as well. If our camera takes a quick pan to the right, you can see the progress coming on the new academic building off to the right behind the field here at the Clark. There's also a new science building being built behind us here. So exciting times for the Beacons. Once they get these projects done, it'll be a really good refurbished look here right along the bay for the Beacons. 50th year this year of Beacons Athletics as well. You can see the sign behind the field across the way that celebrates 50 years of Beacons Athletics. And the program's pretty strong right now. Hockey's been ranked recently. Volleyball has been in the NCAA tournament 4 years running. And then soccer having another good season as Barros is in. Tough angled shot is cleared away. And it gets out of the box. Women's soccer has been a contender for the NCAA tournament the last couple seasons as well. So really good time to be a Beacon and be on the athletic fields. Even 10 minutes to go in regulation. A free kick for Ed Nielsen Barros from straight away, only about 22 yards out. The official's likely going to back the Salem State wall up. He brings him right by the penalty dock. This is one that you could see find the back of the net for Barros if he can come up with a high-quality strike. Here comes Barros, and that's right off the wall. Barros the re-trigger. Kargakis the save. Chip towards Barros. He was offsides anyway, as that comes to Kargakis. If you're Salem State, you just want to get something positive going. This is their last non-conference game before their first conference game of the year, which comes on Friday against Mass Maritime. It's just 2 shots all game, neither on goal for Salem State. So the Vikings are staring really squarely at an 0-5 record heading into conference play, without really a close game. 5-1 loss to Gordon College, 4-0 loss to Endicott College, 4-2 loss to Plymouth State. They lost 4-0 to RPI, and they're down 3-0 already here to the Beacons. And UMass Boston has continued to apply the pressure, so it wouldn't be surprising to see the Beacons score again before the end of regulation. They get a free kick in a good spot here. Lanier Lima is set to take it. Oh, the official has in fact ruled a penalty kick. He called it in the box on the foul. Slightly controversial call. Looked like might have been out of the box. So the Beacons get the PK, and they lead 4-0. Beacons capitalize on the penalty kick. And now they've matched their 2 spot from half 1 here with a goal in half 2. That was freshman Juan Nieto's goal. First career goal for Juan Nietos out of Lara, Venezuela. Beacons up 4-0. And this is a scoreline that's relatively familiar to Salem State. They lost 4-0 last time out. They've lost by 4 goals in 3 of their 4 games. And if this scoreline stays the same, would be in 4 of their 5 games. Foul behind the ball, and it leads to a free kick. Less than 8 minutes to play. A lot of frustration now for Salem State as well. As you saw, Mike Connors just kind of slam that ball to the ground as he got ready to take the free kick. It's no fun to lose. Even less fun to be blown out, and especially on a consistent basis, as has been the case for the Vikings so far this season. So one comes into the box, and the Beacons do just enough to get it out. Player down for UMass Boston as well. So we'll stop the clock and take a look with 7:20 to go. Looks like everybody's okay, recollected, and we'll run the clock again. Here's a through ball. That is onside. Beautiful opportunity. And the pass just goes past the foot of Giovanni Lima. The freshman was looking for his first career goal, but it slid by him. That one almost flew over the fence and into the parking lot. Just caught the top of the fence. Throw in for the Beacons after another substitution. 6 minutes left in regulation here. Beacons will have won 2 in a row after this one. First time this year they've strung 2 wins together. They'll get their record to an even 500 heading into a game against the University of Southern Maine to open Little East Place Saturday. That's up at Southern Maine. 1 p.m. start. Then they're back here at home Wednesday, 3:30 start, just like today against Wentworth Institute of Technology. UMass Dartmouth comes to town next Saturday at 1 o'clock start. And as I look down to read the schedule, the Beacons have scored again. So it's 5-0 UMass Boston. Just like that, Fernando Martinez scores. The freshman Martinez out of Madrid has his first career goal. So a couple different freshmen have scored their first career goals. Beacons are getting everybody in, and they lead 5-0. Getting back to that Beacon schedule, so after UMass Dartmouth, they'll play another MASCAC foe, Bridgewater State, on September 30th. Then it's Eastern Connecticut State in the Little East game in 2 Saturdays, October 4th. St. Joseph's College, a non-conference game, October 7th. Then WestCon in conference play at home, October 11th. Salve Regina at home, non-conference. That's October 14th. October 18th, they play at Keene State in the Little East game. October 22nd, Worcester State on the road in a non-conference game. October 26th, Plymouth State on the road in a conference game. Last non-conference game of the year is October 29th on the road at Mass Maritime. And then they wrap up the regular season here at home November 1st against Rhode Island College. The Little East Conference Tournament will be the next weekend, November 5th and 8th, depending on seeding. Got an even 5 minutes left today. It has been all Beacons. 9th minute goal by Pedro de Silva got us started off an assist from Barbosa. Barbosa was at it again in the 15th minute. He found Douglas Silvera, who scored, to make it 2-0 Beacons. Beacons got a goal in the 47th minute from Barbosa himself. Made it 3-0. Again, that was just after the second half got underway. And now 2 goals in the last 5 minutes for the Beacons, both from freshmen, both first career goals. Juan Nieto has scored. And then Nieto's goal came on a penalty kick. The other goal for the Beacons came from the Madrid, Spain native Fernando Martinez about a minute and a half ago. Great way to start the home season here at the Clark. Beacons will be here just 5 more times this season. They do not play much at home, especially out of conference. They have 3 conference home games, 3 non-conference home games. 4 non-conference road games, or rather 4 conference road games, 9 non-conference road games. 3/4 of their non-conference games are played away from home. After the fight for the loose ball, Lima gets it forward and takes it back. Lanier Lima. In fact, that might be Lucas Silva. Beacons certainly don't wear broadcaster-friendly jerseys with the stripes all the way around and the numbers the same color on the back. Beacons get going forward again. Giovanni Lima has a 6th goal for the Beacons, his first of his career. Off a touch from Kargakis and into the back of the net. They're just pouring it on now in the 87th minute. So Giovanni Lima, freshman from Sao Paulo, starts his career ledger with a goal. This will be the largest loss of the year for Salem State. I think they'll be happy to see MASCAC play roll around on Friday, and they'll be happy to see these last 3 minutes tick off the clock. It has been a dominating performance from the Beacons, really since the start today. Four second-half goals, 3 of them in the last 10 minutes to just open this game wide. It was not very close from the start. You could tell 15 minutes in that realistically the Beacons, up 2-0, were pulling away and likely were the better team on the field. But They have made it pretty easy, 6. Here's Silva for UMass Boston. He gets it ahead. A turn and burn by Miguel Alcantar. The Beacons get it back again. Poor Steve Sosa came in and goal in the second half for the Beacons. Hasn't had to make a save. Neither Beacon goaltender today had to make a save, as Salem State had just 2 shots all game, neither on goal. Kargakis makes his 6th save of the night. He's also surrendered 6 goals, but for his sake, he's been hung out to dry for the most part today. That ball played to the outside and kept alive, though the Beacons are offsides. Just 75 seconds to go in a total and complete effort for the Beacons. They rolled through the first 89-plus minutes of this one. An easy tune-up for them to get ready for Little East play, which again starts Saturday on the road at Southern Maine. As Steve Sosa just wants to get involved, he comes out and grabs the ball. Just the 3rd time he's touched it all half. And again, none have been shots on goal. Beacons are going to outshoot Salem State something like 25-2. 31-2 is the official, to 1, in fact, is the official statistical ruling. That one in the 40th minute or so was wide of goal. Beacons get 6 goals, 4 in the second half, 3 from freshmen who've scored their first goals, so congratulations to Juan Nieto, along with Fernando Martinez and Giovanni Lima. They help in a 6-0 dominating victory for UMass Boston. Beacons get back to 500, win 6-0 and roll into conference play at 3-3. Salem State falls to 0-5 as we get a look at those final statistics. Well, as you can tell, this one was really never in doubt. 31 shots for the Beacons. And they just rolled from there. 23 fouls on UMass Boston, but that's not a big deal. The 2 corner kicks for the Beacons, nothing for Salem State, and 14 shots on goal for UMass Boston, which means credit to Salem State goaltender Kargakis. He did make 8 saves. Beacons goalies didn't make a save. They didn't have to. They'll be tested a bit more likely coming up. Little East play starts on Saturday on the road at Southern Maine. Then they're back here Wednesday to take on Wentworth at 3:30. We'll have that for you right here on the Beacons Broadcasting Network. Dominating 6-0 performance today for UMass Boston. They get goals from 6 different players and roll into conference play at 500, 3-3. For the crew here at the Clark Athletic Center, this is Bill Spalding signing off. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy your Wednesday night.